And welcome to Winner's Corner. Skellefteå Racetrack is host this Saturday when we have fine races and a V75 round to look forward to. And Mike, Skellefteå Racetrack, what can you tell us about this track? Have you, for example, had some success with your bets on this track previously?
I like betting up north, and especially at Skellefteå. It's an open stretch track, but the final stretch is quite short. So usually you don't see too many winners on the open stretch. It's more important to take note that it's a pretty tight track, and the turns are very tight. So usually winners come from the horses that are solid trotters, that don't need a long stride, so to speak, and a long track. So it's kind of difficult.
Sounds great. And we start the betting this Saturday outside the V75 frame in race 2. It's over full distance. It's a circular start and 2 tiers. And the question is, of course, have you found something exciting for us here?
Yes, I have. Number 6, Bailiff. This one I'm really excited about. Last time, he was really, really good. It was his 3rd race since he moved to a new trainer. He was on the inside there, got pulled backwards with 600 meters to go, ended up last, then went real wide through the last turn, and over the final stretch, he was really flying. Had a bit of luck when the leader here starts pacing and gets disqualified, but look at the way he's flying in the middle of the track there. He went off as an upset last time. This time, there'll be more bets on him, but still, I think he will be a bit overlooked. He's got a great post here. He's got a chance to take the lead. And with the form he's shown since he moved to the new trainer, I'm not going against this one.
So we start off with a win bet in race 2 on horse number 6, Bailiff. Now we make a jump all the way to race 8, which equals V75 4. It's for mares over full distance, and they divide it up over 3 tiers. And what do you want to do here?
One of my favorite horses. I won a lot of money on this one. Number 14, Eliane. This one has a great chance even to win it, but has a 40-meter handicap, and I feel very confident she'll end up in the top 2 at least. The way that this horse has performed. Last time she won on the V75 after a fantastic finish, and with a professional driver, this horse would go off as favorite every time. Now she's overlooked, and I'm just going to take advantage of that. This girl can really drive good. So number 14, Eliane, is going to be my winner on a Quinella bet against number 2, Selma Töll, who is a real outsider, has a good post and fantastic form. Number 7, Fame Boko, got boxed in last time, showed great form and has a good chance, even though it has a kind of tricky post on the inside. And then the favorite, also number 9, Rohirrim, who is quite possibly the best horse in the race, but and also showed form last time. So Eliane against those 3 on a Quinella makes 3 combinations.
And with that, we turn the page to race 9, and it equals V75 5. And here we had an early favorite in number 11, Master Blaster, but he's been scratched, and now it looks as if number 2, New Joker, is the favorite. But you want to focus on another horse.
Yeah, it's a real shame that number 11 got scratched, because I was hoping all the bets would go on that one, and we'd get really high odds on number 4, Major Vici, who has shown fantastic form now. He's not as good as Master Blaster. That's a real future star, but with the form he's shown, last time he went off stride in the first turn when he was heading forward. He looked really, really nice coming into that race, but he ended up last there and then came back very strong after that, got locked in behind other horses and looked real strong over the final stretch. Once he gets the opening very late here, he accelerates very nicely. So he's got great form. This time Ulf Olsson is driving. That's a big plus. He's fast behind the gate, which you can't say about number 2, New Joker, for instance. So I think number 4 has a good chance here to take the lead. And after that, I'm not sure number 2 can take him down from the outside. So I'm getting good odds on this one.
So win bet there in race 9 on horse and number 4, Major Vici. The daily double we have in races 10 and 11. And DD1, it is a real test of strength. 3,140 meters and even longer for the horses that are situated on the tiers in the back, Mike. How have you analyzed this race?
Well, the long distance will really come into play here. On-track Piraten is by far the best and most experienced horse, but he hasn't shown much form lately. So I'm going to go for form against class this time. Number 9, Mr. Golden Quick, has the absolute perfect form at the moment. Very impressive last time. He's really strong. Claes Sjöström driving this time, so I'm going to go for him here against... although Antonio Trott and On-track Piraten are possibly better horses over long distance, but form beats class.
In DD2, we have one of the bigger favorites in the round in number 3, Dr. Doxy Sense. Not surprising at all, since it's got 5 straight victory. But Mike, he's not on your DD system. How come?
No, first off, he's favorite, and I'm not going to bet on this driver when he's favorite, even though the horse is spectacular. But he's been away now for several months, and well, he's just too much of a favorite with considering that. I think number 11, A Raw Hoss, is the best horse here. This is a real superstar who has trouble with his legs, is away quite often, and this year has really not gotten paid considering how good he is. Last time he was first on the outside all through the trip in a final, and he did okay. Everybody was expecting him to win, but considering the trip, I think that was a decent performance. And I feel he moves down in class quite considerably this time. Horrible post, of course, but he's tough and can do work on the outside. So I'm hoping Ulf Olsson just heads forward as early as possible. And then I'm hoping he takes down the number 3 from the outside.
And this means that we have one single combination for the daily double this Saturday. The rules for V75, they are very simple. We have to find the winners in 7 consecutive races, that is races 5 through 11. And if we get 7 correct, we will get profoundly rewarded. But also 6 and 5 corrects could give some substantial addition of cash to your wallet, Mike. And what potential do you think that this round has?
I think it's pretty good. I don't really agree with the bettors, the early bettors at least. The favorites are way too heavy, and I've got a couple of outsiders that I feel are strangely overlooked, especially A Raw Hoss. I don't get why he's so low on the percentages.
Very well, let's go through Mike's V75 system. We've already talked about 4 of the races that are included in the round, and that is the last 4 races, 4, 5, 6, and the 7th leg. And we can see that you use both number 4 Major Vici in V75-5 and number 11 A Raw Hoss as your bankers in the last leg there. Anything else you want to add about these 4 last legs?
No, not really. I think that I feel that they're quite exciting bankers, those ones. So they're not favorites, none of them. And I'm just going to take advantage of the fact that they are overlooked, especially A Raw Hoss. I think he definitely deserves to be much more of a banker, much more of a favorite.
Okay, and let's hear what you have to say about the other 3 legs that we haven't been through yet. The first leg, Silver Division, number 5, Very Kronos, is a clear favorite, but you feel the need to mark 4 horses.
Very Kronos is still undefeated whenever he stays trotting, and he's a fantastic horse who will probably win this if he stays trotting, but he's a really nervous horse, and he doesn't seem to travel all that well. For instance, second to last time, he went off stride straight away at Jägersro. This time he's traveling just as far, and I'm sort of betting on that he'll be nervous and go off stride here. I don't think he's got a good post for him when he's in between other horses from the start. So big risk that he breaks in the start.
In V75 too, we have a Class 1 race where most punters feel as if they feel the need to mark a lot of horses. But you go, of course, in the opposite direction, and you found us a banker here. Tell us about him.
Yeah, number 10, Global Undecided. This should be a very clear favorite in this race. He's much better than the rest. Second to last time, he was spectacular on the V75. He cleared around the field over the final stretch, and when Contio sent him flying with 600 meters to go, the way that horse accelerated, he's a classy horse. And last time he went off stride, and I think the bettors have forgotten a bit about the second to last race. So this one should be a very clear favorite here. He's better than the rest.
And then finally, we have to talk a little bit about the third leg. It's a high-quality race for cold-blooded horses. A huge favorite we have here in number 6, Lome Brage. And he's going to be a banker for most punters, Mike. Why is he such a big favorite, and why is he not your banker?
He is a very solid favorite here. He's fantastically fast behind the gate. He's guaranteed to take the lead over the sprint distance at the tight track at Skellefteå. He will be very difficult to pass. But he's over 80% at the moment, and that's just silly. He doesn't have that big a chance. He's going to get number 11, Pydin, on the outside immediately, who's going to put up the tempo, so he's not going to be allowed to rest. And to be perfectly honest, Lome Brage is not the fighter that he used to be nowadays. If he gets pressured all through the race, I think he's a bit vulnerable.
And this means that we have quite a small system for this Saturday, 192 combinations. Thank you so much, Mike, for your effort. And thank you out there for watching. Of course, you can find out much more information about Swedish trotting and horse betting at our website, swedishhorseracing.com. And with that, we wish you the best of luck with your bets and hope that you enjoy all the races at Skellefteå Racetrack this Saturday. Bye-bye.